Hello? Ooh. Mm. Hi. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. In the club, we all fam. In the club, we all fam. In the club, we are all family. Are you racist? I love whenever something from Broad City goes viral on TikTok. A couple weeks ago, it was, "Goodbye, Abby. And if you don't make it out alive, I'm gonna kill myself and be with you forever." Or something like that. It's so, such a good show. I want to rewatch it. I feel like it didn't get as much of the appreciation while it was still on the air. It's very good. I believe it's on Hulu. Anyway. Hi! Hello, everybody. Hello, Kebra. Galactic Supercluster, thank you for that streak. Thank you. Hello, Lauren, Alan, Bubba Chat, Bubba Chat, Bubba Chat, Bubba Chat, Bubba Chat. I start missing you. Aww. That makes one of us. No, I miss you guys too. I really need to get my life in order. I stay up so late editing the podcast that the next day I sleep in really late. But then on days that I'm not editing the podcast, I'm still sleeping in, which is not good. So I'm really trying to get my shit together. I did wake up at like 9:30 this morning, but then Dallas was still asleep, so I was like, a few more minutes, and then I woke up and it was 1:45 in the afternoon. So, oh well. Oh well. Get the Alarmo. The Alarmo does not work if you sleep in the bed with another person. Apparently. It only works if you're the only person in bed, which is crazy. I keep forgetting you don't still live in Florida. Imagine being so not tuned in to the Wetsy lore. Imagine being so out of the loop. Use those sleepy stickers they're using on kids. I remember the first time, for those who don't know, there was this teacher that got in trouble to getting their children to calm down for nap time. They would put these like melatonin, I would imagine, patches on them, essentially drugging the kids without the kids' consent or the parents' knowledge, and it was a whole to-do. And while that is very horrible, I did see a lot of comments being like, but like, what are the names of the patches though? But like, can we get a name for the brand? Just saying, for no reason. So bad. Name a woman. Grace Randolph. I need to see Joker so I can watch her Joker review. That's the only reason why I want to see this movie. Anyway. Hello Jargon, hello Kiwi Swan, Rancher Lex, hello Rich, hello Alex. Hello Jess, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. When did they add the Brat emote? Is it from today because of Brat 2 Eve? Depending, I think the album comes out at 9 p.m. my time. So I may do a live listen with it. I have not looked at the track list, mostly because I'm like, I'll just see it as it happens. So I saw somebody asking if I had any opinions. I don't. I've not really looked. So. Charlie streamed Overwatch. No way. No, she did not stream Overwatch. That would get me to start playing again. Diva is Brat. Honestly. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, I miss you guys too. I don't like that I'm like only streaming once a week, but I've just been very, very busy. And I want to get back into like the swing of things. You know. So, yeah. I had a plan today. I had a whole plan, and it did not work out. So I'm gonna try tomorrow, but we'll see. Hello, Baby Tortuga, Fat Cat Plush. Hello, Pickled Lennon, Zeph Chan, Damien, Rattan Whip, Sammy. Hello, Damien. Maddie, how's it going? Hello. Broken Abyss. Topher. Hello, everybody. Not my full legal name. Ari. Unless you change that too. Dupa! Oh, wow. Who's number one now? PK Madrigal is number one now. Thank you very much for the 45-month resub on tier 3. I hope you are well. Hello, Allie. Is the mini out? Part of me wants to do it, but part of me knows I would have to move my 3DSs, and one of my 3DSs is not very good with the capture cable, and I don't feel like moving it and then fucking with it, because I have to like position it in a certain way for the cable to work. It's a whole thing. The stream drought in the Waru Wetsyverse has hit an all-time high. An all-time low. Or, yeah, an all-time high. Upsetting the 3DSs just to get clowned on by chat doesn't seem worth it. I've been getting better. I've been doing every single one at least under 10 minutes lately. I've been doing them on my phone though, and I hate the app. I don't know why I keep doing it on my phone, because I hate it, but I just hate it. I'm not as fast at doing the crossword on my phone. I'm so much better at the computer. I don't know why I keep insisting on doing it in bed every night, but yeah.
You talking about how much faster I did it last time?
Oh my.
I was stoned and I did it in half the time he took.
Okay, mister. I can't get the strands. I don't know the word. Ruby, please don't jump.
Fuck that last word, bro. That was super bullshit. You know it was.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. Ruby, please. Don't jump, baby. I need them out. This 3DS, I have to like angle the cable, and if she bumps the cable or my desk or anything, I'm gonna have to fuck with it again. So please, social distance, Ruby. Thank you very much. Bye, Ruba. Where's Soda? We don't fucking know where he is.
I don't know.
Okay. Touch fingertip. No, in the camera. Like perspective. Stop moving away from me. Wow. Okay. That was really cool.
He loves being
Hi,
in my suitcase. He's always sitting on my suitcase.
Allie, thank you for the 77-month resub.
How do I have deodorant on my shirt?
I don't know.
It fucking happens every time I put a fucking black shirt on.
How did you do that?
I don't know how it happens.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Ruby. Bye-bye. What is she doing? It looks like you guys are visiting those salt flats. What? By doing this, do people pose like a picture like that?
Flats, tell them out of 30 how many flats we got in our wings.
We bought Buffalo Wild Wings takeout the other night because we wanted wings, and we got.
I've been craving wings for 3 days.
We ordered 30 wings between the two of us.
Mixed bag.
Yeah, we got garlic parmesan and buffalo, and they were very good. Guess how many? Who wants to take a wild guess? What number out of 30 do you think were flats? Which are like the ones with the two bones?
There's the drumstick and there's flats.
I like the flats. Personally.
What's interesting is, where are the wings? When we're ordering wings, where are the wing? Where's the wing?
Okay, the guesses are coming in very slowly. The answer is 1.
We got 1.
Just 1.
1 flat
out of 30.
and 29 drumsticks.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a little disappointed. They're still good. I still ate a ton of them.
The flats are the best.
But-
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I let this dreamboat have it.
Thank you. Thank you. See you later, Bubba. Alright. So we're here. We're back. I am still shiny hunting the Kanto starters in X and Y. We're gonna go until my controller
Vecna's clock chimes. Right?
until my controller disconnects. But it'll play the Vecna sound.
Is it going to?
No.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it's not playing. I fucking hate the soundboard.
Maybe the audio file got moved.
No, it didn't. It did not.
If only could make a deal with God. Get him to swap places.
Yeah, it's just
Running
fucking.
up that road, running up that hill.
It's just broken.
Swap places, running up that road. Hill. I promise you.
Go away from me. Go away. No shiny.
Damn.
Damn what?
I thought you would have got it.
I didn't get it. Oh, my counter's not on. Goodbye.
Fine, goodbye.
These sounds work fine. But so many of my other soundboards they don't work and they like crash the whole program. I don't know what the problem is. It's been like that for like half a year now. I think Stream Deck put out like a bad update or something and it just fucked mine up completely. I want to get the big one anyway. I want to save up for like the 30 button one because I have the 15 buttons. I'm so congested today too. Sorry. I hated that pic. Oh my god. Okay. Perfect excuse to show it. So last night I was really bored and I just went in the bathroom. I took this picture of myself. And honestly, like, I look jacked as fuck. My phone is in my mouth, yes. Connor, thank you very much for the 35 months. Yes, I should do a prediction. Bulbasaur. Squirtle. I'll do 30 minutes. I don't even know if I made any typos. Yeah, and I fucked with the lighting. I see a selfie stick would work in this situation. No, it wouldn't. I would still need to hold it. Yeah, I'd put the selfie stick in my mouth. Exactly. The throat go. Anyway. Go give that photo a like on Twitter and say, yes, you look strong. Because I kind of want it to be a viral, like a meme picture. Because it's just so stupid. I have seen people, I literally saw somebody today on my timeline do the same thing but facing forward. And I have seen people do that in the past, but like not in a couple like months. Like at least a year since the last time I saw people doing that type of picture. I was like, I wonder if they saw mine last night. The way you could have edited out the phone. Honestly, yeah, you're right, I could have. Because it's against like just a simple flat background. But like, this is such a funny picture to me. Like, I honestly just took it as a joke, but then people were being a little horny in the replies and on my Instagram messages, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, thanks, but I didn't expect anyone to think this is a hot picture of me. Wow, I didn't typo any of those names or words. And I fully was not able to like see what I was actually typing because my window was like cropped. I couldn't change how it looked. What did you expect from gay people? I don't expect much. I feel like without the phone, the photo would be really cryptic. I feel like the phone adds a lot to it. I also made the lighting. I used a filter on my phone, like the iPhone like preset filters. I used one to try to make it look like it's a Saw screenshot from the first movie. So it has like a slightly like blue color grading and like it's low resolution. Without the phone, it kind of looks like you're in prison. They locked me up for being too slay. It's really a crime. I don't know how long I'm going to stream tonight. So my plan today, I'm not going to say what I was going to wear, but I was going to play Crow Country today. And I wanted to do it. I have like a couple of Halloween costumes in mind that I wanted to like play scary games dressed up. I don't know how that's gonna go anymore because the month is flying by and I am having less and less time to actually stream as the weeks go on. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that this year. At least dress up. I still will do my best to play some scary games. I would like to play Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I would like to play Crow Country. We'll see if I have the time to do more than just one of those two things. But I wanted to dress up today, and I have the whole outfit planned, and I even had a wig. But I don't know if it was just the wig was shit or what. But it didn't fit my head, and I didn't even have a big head. Like when I wear like a baseball cap, I wear it like on like the first notch. Like I don't think I have a big head, but I guess it was just like a shitty, like the wig cap like barely fit, like the stocking, and then the actual wig like did not stay on my head. And I don't have bobby pins, so I might buy some tomorrow. But not only that, the wig was like, you know, it's a synthetic wig. I'm not gonna drop a bunch of money on a wig if I'm only gonna wear it for like a stream or two. But the hair was like, it was so hard to tame it and like manage it. Was it a feminine wig? It was a long blonde wig. But the wig, like the hair, like I couldn't tell where the wig began, like where was my face supposed to go, and like it was an absolute like nightmare. And I also have like very like, for me, like I get very like overstimulated by like things touching my face. It's why I wear my hair up. I don't like my hair like touching my forehead in any way, like at all. Like I can't do it. Like I'm even like getting antsy thinking about it. So I'm trying to like get this wig out of my face, and like all the little like stray hairs are like tickling my face, and I like can't keep the hair from like falling out of my hands in front of my face. The bangs are too long for me to even be able to open my eyes, and then when I do open my eyes, the hairs are like poking me in the eyes. So like literally like I had to keep like taking the wig off and like catching my breath Because I was getting, like, I literally, like, my heart was racing. I was just getting so overstimulated by, like, all the sensory aspects of it. It was, like, actually so, and, like, the fact that it, like, wasn't, when I would finally get it, it, like, would, like, slide off my head because it just didn't fit. Like, it was a nightmare. So I didn't stream today in that. And I'm going to try tomorrow to go to, like, out here in LA, there are plenty of, like, costume shops and stuff. And I know of one specifically that does have wigs. I went to it years ago, and I would imagine it still exists. But yeah, so I'm gonna maybe tomorrow go there and see if I can get, like, a nicer wig. I don't know if I want to spend more than, like, 50 or 60. How many times are you going to try on and get on a wig and get overstimulated over the years? You know, this is the second time this exact situation has happened to me. I had a long red wig that I was wearing. I was gonna dress as Daphne for something from Scooby-Doo, and the wig was just another, like, cheap, like, Party City, like, costume wig. I don't have bobby pins, but I'm going to get some tomorrow. You need a foam head thing to fix it on before. Yeah, that too. So this wig was literally $10 on Amazon. I knew it was going to be bad, but I was like, I'll just wear it in a ponytail. But, like, it just literally was so garbage. So I don't feel bad that, like, it was a waste because it was $10. Like, I'll get over it. But yeah, I'm going to look into getting a nicer one maybe tomorrow and, like, wearing the costume either tomorrow or sometime next week. Because I think it is fun. I can still do it without the wig. Like, it's not, like, so integral to the outfit. But I really want it. Because it, like, it brings it to another level, you know? So, I'll figure it out. I'll deal with it. Because I don't want to give up on this costume because I think it'd be so funny. It's going to be funny to, like, 5 people, but I don't even care. I don't even care. And I have, like, I have 2 other ones in mind as well. I already ordered the outfit for one. So we'll see if the rest of it is nice. I am also dressing, I'm gonna be on the podcast, Just Trish, later this month. I'm not gonna say what day, because they might change it. You're doing the green M&M. That would be fucking hilarious. And that would be easy. You just wear the costume and, like, a little lip and a little eye. But I am going to be on the podcast. They've already talked about me being on it, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything. And I'm going to be dressed as PETA from Hunger Games, because it's like a Hunger Games crew episode. Like, everyone's going to be dressing as different characters. And I did order the Quarter Quell outfit off of AliExpress. And I ordered a medium, but now I've been having second guesses that it won't fit because I do wear a large in most of my clothing, but I want it to be, like, skin tight because if it's, like, loose Lycra, it's gonna look cheap and bad. So I was like, I'd rather be tight and form-fitting, just like the movie. But now I was having second thoughts that it's not gonna fit. And it still isn't here. Like, it doesn't get here, I think, until the 15th, it said. So I ordered a large just to have a backup. But it won't get here until, like, a couple days after we film. So so the original estimate for the size medium was the 18th. But now it says the 15th. So I'm hoping that it says the 30th and it's actually, like, the 26th or something like that. Or the 27th for the large. If not, if the medium gets here and it doesn't fit, it wasn't that expensive either. It was like $30. So it's either going to be not fitting or it's going to be hideous. So I'm like, okay, well, what's my backup? So I think what I might do is I have a $50 coupon, like $50 account credit from buying, like, my wedding stuff for my dad's wedding from Men's Warehouse. So I might go. There's an outfit that PETA wears. He's in a white suit with white pants, white boots, and a white turtleneck. And I feel like that would look fierce. So I might go to Men's Warehouse and use that $50 credit and get, like, a white suit jacket. And then just get, like, the rest of the shit on Amazon. But I want the suit jacket to fit nice. So I might do that instead. So we're going to see. I'll find out this week if the costume fits. My dumbass thought you said Peter as in Peter Griffin. I am thinking about bleaching my hair. I really am. I'm still on the fence if I want to do it. Because I'm just afraid I'm not going to like how I look. But I think I want to commit and do it. I really do. Because I've wanted to be blonde for a little bit anyway. And I feel like maybe doing it now would be nice because like in like 2 to 3 weeks when we film the episode, like my roots will have grown out a little bit and it will look a lot more like Peta's hair. So. As a backup, you can always do the scene where he's covered in mud. I did think it'd be fierce to like paint myself to look like a tree. I think that would be so funny. But I'm only nervous that I don't have the best makeup skills. And by best makeup skills, I mean I have none at all. Hi, Jimmy. I wanted to ask what size you got for the Bronze Snake shirts. I wear a large because they do shrink in the wash a little bit. So the large I got fits like a medium now. I typically, from the last time I measured, I think like my chest size is like 42 or 43 or something like that. I don't remember. But I can't remember if I did that from shoulder to shoulder or like my whole like torso. I don't remember. Okay, boobs. Thank you, Light. That's super good to know that it shrinks because I'm AFAB and even the small, I was like, oh no. Yeah, I would say get a size up no matter what because they do shrink a little bit in the wash. I was kind of surprised by that. But I do like how it fits more now that I've washed it, at least. Well, I washed it and I put it in the dryer. I always put everything in the dryer because I just don't give a shit. I don't have anywhere to hang things up to air dry. So I'm just like, whatever. And if it's like a graphic tee, I try to flip it inside out. And sometimes I don't fucking care. But I do like how it fits better now that it's shrunk a little bit. Because it actually has that like little bit of croppedness to it. So. Have you tried those shitty filters? Oh, like to change my hair? No, but in the past I've like asked, hey, like I've said on stream, like, can somebody Photoshop my hair to be blonde? I think Ivan did it and it looked pretty good. Wait, just use a plush to fix the wig. Sorry, I was just staring at Sonic and thought that. Honestly, he does have a big ass head. I feel like my Snorlax up there would be pretty good too. I'm surprised with all the costumes that Dallas has worn over the years that he doesn't have like a wig head, but he doesn't. His wigs have always been really good. He's very good at styling them. I should have just asked him to do it. I know, Sonic Generations comes out soon. I'm very excited. I have all my big important days written out on my calendar so I can remember. Mario Party the 17th, Sonic Generations the 22nd, Life is Strange 4 the 29th. Horror Nights, I'm not going to say what day. My Halloween party, I'm not going to say what day. Jimmy, would you want them to add more baby Pokemon? Yeah, if they're fun. If they're a fun design. Or on Ruby. Ruby with a wig. Ugh. She would be miserable. Kingdom Hearts 4 the 32nd. March 31st. It's not a real day. LG7 lead single. I'm not going to say what day. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Oh yeah. So, I don't know how long I'm going to stream tonight. I would like to listen to the Brat remix album on stream. Because I think that would be very fun. It all depends on if my computer starts acting up and I get pissed off. That's really it. I have considered maybe switching to like Animal Crossing or Fields of Mystria if my computer starts pissing me off today. So we'll see. I did 2 nights ago, I didn't get to play it yesterday because I was working, but I did re-download Genshin Impact. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Bye, Mel. I did re-download Genshin Impact. I do not think it is a game I will be streaming ever again. Mostly because it kind of takes so much of my computer's power. And it always causes my computer to freeze whenever I stream it. But yeah, all my friends have been back into Genshin. Well, David has always been into it, but Mel's been back into it, Hannah's been back into it, and my friend Michael has just gotten into it for the first time. So they're always like playing together on Discord and like doing like quests and stuff. And I've felt definite FOMO. And I have kind of wanted to get back into it for a while because I did like it. The only part that really kept me from like sticking with it is the cutscenes. You can't skip them. And like the dialogue is like, it just is, it can sometimes be a bit of a slog to get through. But there's so many new countries and stuff that they've added since I stopped playing that I can explore. I was like so excited to get to Inazuma because I needed to get materials from there to upgrade the characters I really liked using. And then Inazuma is like cutscene locked where you can only explore certain places after doing like a billion stupid fucking quests, and it was just actually the worst fucking place to go ever. So that kind of got me to stop playing because I was like, I'm just not enjoying this anymore. But now there's plenty of places that you can get to that don't require like hours and hours of cutscenes to sit through. So I'd like to try that. And you can also now, you can see where all the materials you need are on the map, which was like a big quality of life thing that would get me to play more. Because I was so tired of always having to like look shit up every time, like have Chrome open whenever I'm playing. Like I hate when games require like a wiki on standby. I don't like it. So that was another reason why I stopped playing. And doing the missions with friends makes them a lot less redundant to do. So we'll see if I stick with it. I still haven't played, but I did re-download it, and I got a bunch of free primos for doing some event thing. So, and there's a new lady they just added that roller skates, so I thought I'd try to get her. But we'll see. If I don't like it, well, if I just don't feel like playing it, because I do like it. Like I think it's really. We're starting, huh? I just don't understand why out of nowhere it just like stops working. Like it's still lit up. Like what the fuck, dude? Instead of one system today, it's all three, which is really annoying. I don't understand why it does this. Why on earth? Okay. Are Xbox One controllers so like finicky to work with literally Windows? Like it's a Microsoft product. Whoa. My D-pad just isn't working on these systems. This is so strange. This middle one, it's like the inputs are broken. I can use the D-pad and I can literally only use the directional stick. That's so odd. Yeah, all my shit's just not working now. Like my controller. Annoying. So annoying. Okay. It's working with the 2 DS's now. Predictions on when the next Direct is. I say January. What the fuck, dude? This is so actually fucking annoying. Okay. They are back. If this happens again, I'm gonna just give it up. Do you think they'll still reveal the new Nintendo system this year? No. No, I don't. I don't think they're gonna reveal the next system till... I think they'll reveal it in this fiscal year, but it will not be until 2025. Because it just wouldn't make sense. Like, why reveal the new system right before the holiday season, which would keep people from buying the existing Switch for their kids this Christmas? Like, if the general public knows that there's something better coming out, why would they... Like, I think they want to get one last Christmas of people still buying the existing Switch before they even reveal to, like, the normies of the world who still don't have Switches that there's a new one coming. And I think that it'll probably come out, like, March. It'll probably be similar to the Switch. I think they'll reveal it. Well, they revealed the original Switch in October, but, like, who was buying the Wii U? They didn't give a fuck. But this original Switch still sells really, really well. So I could see them still wanting to have one last good Christmas of the original, like, you know, OLED, Switch Lite, all that shit, before, like, cannibalizing the sales with a new system. And I think it'll probably be pretty similar. I think they'll reveal it in January and then release it sometime in March or April. Either at the very end of this fiscal year, because the fiscal year ends... It goes from March to March instead of January to December. Or April to March, I guess. But yeah, I don't think we're getting a new Switch info for the rest of the year. And I don't think there's going to be another Direct anyway for the rest of the year either, because we know all the games that are coming out. And anything else is probably going to be for the next system. And I don't think they're announcing the system this year. I'd love to be wrong, because I would love to know more about it, but I just don't see it happening. It just doesn't really make sense to me for them to announce it. I don't think it would affect software sales because the next system will be backwards compatible, but I imagine they'd still like to sell whatever Switches they still have out there, you know, because it still sells really, really well. And, like, the average consumer is not aware that they're even planning another system, you know? In my opinion. I'll be right back. I need a dessert tech. I could absolutely see Metroid Prime 4 being... Well, it's tough to say. I definitely think it'll be a launch year, but I feel like I can't imagine it's ready to even be released as a launch title. Because didn't they have to completely restart development like 2 or 3 years ago? Like from scratch, basically. So I can't imagine it's that close to being done to be like a launch title. But you never know. The restart was in 2018. Really? Has it been that fucking long? In January 2019, Nintendo announced that development had restarted under Retro Studios. Gag. Wow! You know? Then yeah, I could see that. I think you're right. Because, well, there was COVID. COVID could have delayed things a lot. But Retro's based in America, which has better work from home. That was a big deal. That was a big thing in Japan during COVID. There was not as much like work from home infrastructure as there was in the US. And Retro Studios is a Texas-based studio, so they could have been able to do a lot more during COVID than like Game Freak or like the Animal Crossing team and stuff were able to do. But yeah, I literally thought that the Prime announcement was like 2022. Like I thought I was living in Florida at the time. So I thought it was so recent. But yeah, I guess it's like nearing almost 6 years in development. So I could actually see I could see it now. Especially because it's being developed under Retro, who literally did the first 3. So it's not like they have like a new playbook to follow or even come up with. I'm surprised they didn't go with Retro Studios in the first place. I also wonder what fucking Donkey Kong game that Retro Studios has been rumored to be working on for like 10 years. Like, what happened to that? Hello, Slayus Mama. How's Brat? If you're really in New Zealand. I imagine you've listened already. How's Brat Remix? I feel myself getting... Oh, hi, Dust Guy. I feel myself getting a muscle spasm in my shoulder, which has not happened in a few months, so I'm upset about it. So worth the plane ticket. That's good. That's good. I really want to get these frickin' starters, because I want to go back to not doing soft resets, because I find them to be probably the most boring fucking way of hunting Pokemon ever. I really don't like doing them. But at least these go by pretty quickly, and I'm hunting on 3 games. So, that helps. But yeah, I don't like doing soft resets. But how could I do a shiny badge quest without getting one of the starters, you know? So I'm trying. I don't remember life before the starters. I would have loved to hunt the actual Kalos starters, but that reset takes so fucking long. And I really wanted to just like get started on the actual hunt and badge quests, so. But I could see myself doing like eggs, like hatching eggs for Fennekin on 3 games. Or maybe 2. I'd probably do 2. I feel like 3 is a lot to do 2. Fuck resets. What are you at for Zapdos, Danny? If you're still under odds and saying fuck resets, I can't deal with you. I can't deal. Brands himself as a shiny hunter and complains about everything. I'm at 14k. Okay. You've earned the right then. What is that icon you have in front of your name? September. Okay. I just hovered over it. I've been soft resetting Zapdos and Let's Go on and off for 4 years. Damn. That's a tough one too, because it looks so similar to the original that you have to really pay attention. I like a shiny hunt where I don't have to pay as much attention for more than 2 seconds. Which is why I did not like shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet, because everything's so small and you really just gotta look at every single thing. It's so exhausting. I really wish, I think if Scarlet and Violet had the shiny sparkle from Arceus, it would have made that game so much more fun for me to shiny hunt in. Because the like jump scare of the shiny sound effect is so like, oh my god, compared to like, wait, is that it? I think it's it. I can't really tell. Like it's such a different vibe and it's so not fun. Opinions on greenies. They kind of have a weird smell, but my dogs love them. They are dog crack, for sure. They go fucking nuts for them. I was laying with Ruby today, and Soda kept coming over, and she would go. Because she was like, this is my alone time. This is Jimmy time. This is Jimmy and Ruby time. You're not allowed. You get to see him enough. I want my private bonding moment. It was very cute. Even though her face did look not scary. It was like a very slight, like, don't try it. Have you ever tried a dog treat because of Scooby-Doo and Scooby Snacks? Not in recent memory, but like I absolutely have had a milk bone. I like took a bite of it. They don't really taste like anything. They're just dry. But I have been curious, of course. I've had dogs since I was in 4th grade. So, yeah. Take a bite, take a bite. I finally have been listening to more songs from Sabrina Carpenter's soundtrack album. It's the Sabrina Carpenter OST. OST extended from Brawl BRSTM on YouTube. I really like Juno. That's such a good song. I haven't like listened to all of the songs. I've just skimmed. But I really like Juno. I think that's my new favorite song from the album. I've listened to Please Please Please, Espresso. What is this? What is the one? Good Graces, Juno, and Taste. Those are the songs I've listened to, and Juno's my favorite. Which is the one where she talks about Shawn Mendes prematurely ejaculating? That kind of... I do kind of feel bad that his tea is just being blasted on a fucking album. You finish your chores prematurely? Yeah. I think it is that one. I have never really cared for Shawn Mendes. I just don't care for his music. But but that sucks. He must have I would really hope that he wronged her enough to justify her airing that shit out on a fucking, like, hit single or whatever, you know, on, like, one of the biggest albums of the year. Because if he was just, like, an ex that, like, they had it, like, it was, I don't know much about their relationship, but that would fucking suck. Like, that feels almost a little mean. So I hope he did something to justify doing that. I didn't even know they were a thing. I barely knew anything about anybody until I started editing the podcast, and they talk about celebrities all the time and, like, all these artists. Like Sabrina Carpenter, she's a recurring topic on the podcast. So I've learned a lot just from, like, editing the podcast, because I have to listen to all of it, you know, to edit the whole show, so I know, like, if to, like, take something out if they ask to take something out, which is pretty rare. It'll typically just be like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said the name of this restaurant. Bleep it, you know, something like that. Don't want people showing up there, you know. Nothing really ever bad. And if there was anything bad, I wouldn't share. But it's really, like, it's literally the stuff I edit out of the podcast. Because everything I leave in is, like, it's funny as fuck. But everything I take out is just, like, them just, like, looking up somebody's name. Or just, like, deciding what to talk about next. Just to keep the show moving, typically. Everything else I just kind of leave in. I feel like I end up taking stuff out on the guest episodes more, because they're like, oh, could you bleep this person's name? Or, like, can you bleep out, like, I'm the show, I haven't announced that I'm on it yet, or something like that. I did edit that episode. I've edited pretty much every single episode that not pretty much. I edit every single main episode that goes up on the account. Every interview, every Hot Topics, I edit them all. And I edit the Patreon extended episodes as well. The, like, extra hour that they do that goes up on Wednesdays. I edit that. I would say 99% of those I've edited this year. But the bonus videos that her and Oscar do, Oscar usually edits those. I'll be in 3 coming soon. We did a Pizza Hut mukbang, we did Dress to Impress, and we reacted to Trisha's old paparazzi pictures. Hello, Meta J, how's it going? Oh my god, did I even say this? Trish, in the most recent episode, she talked about filming with me, and she was like, he has the gift of gab. And she was like, he should have a podcast where he just talks for, like, hours. And Oscar was like, I mean, he has his streams. And she was like, oh yeah, he has his wetsies. I think that's what he calls them. So a little wetsy shout out for you all. From Mother. But yeah, I was talking about, like, streaming with her and, like, how it goes. And I was like, I have my wetsies, my loyal fans, my adoring loyal fans, my wetsies. I truly, like, I just very much value and care for and care about all of you. Like, the wetsies are a different breed, cut from a very different cloth than other people's Twitch communities, I feel. I'm very honored and proud of my community. Me? Did I say I got rid of my ringworm? I think I did. I definitely tweeted about it. I got rid of it. And I didn't even have to go to urgent care. Fuck! Why? You were cuter with it. So I was putting ointment on it every day, but it still wasn't going away. So I started putting the ointment on and then covering it with a Band-Aid to like really keep the ointment from like drying up and evaporating and stuff. And within 2 days, it was gone. I was so relieved because I was so relieved that it was ringworm and I was able to get rid of it. Did you get Lotrimin? No, I use clotrimazole, just like a generic thing from Rite Aid for it. But yeah, I was really relieved because for the first 2 days I was convinced that it was like a form of skin cancer, like basal cell melanoma or something like that. I do still want to go to a dermatologist and get some of my moles checked. I have not gotten any new ones, and none of them have changed in appearance in the last like 15 years. But better safe than sorry, right? But I have so many. Like, I literally have like 5 on my face. You can't even see them in that camera. But I have so many. One time, somebody back in the day called my moles, my beauty marks on my face, they called them my warts, because I guess they just didn't know the word mole. Even though they were, like, English was their first language. And I was a little offended. I was like, they're not my warts. Excuse me. There is a new crossword out. Maybe I do it before I switch to listening to Brat. I'll probably take a bathroom break soon. I had a coffee today and... Mama, there's a poop inside you. I remember an old lady called me a hag because of the wart on my chin. Anyway, she died. In Spanish, we call them lunares. Makes them sound pretty. Yeah, it makes me think of the moon. Wow. Or Luna Blaster. I'll probably play the Splatoon Halloween event just because I want those items. I really wanted to cosplay Leon from Resident Evil, but all his costumes are like police officer uniforms. So I'm not gonna do that. You got the arms to cosplay Chris Redfield though? That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Oh. I just remembered. I literally wrote this down. I have this written down on my post-it note board because I wanted to talk about this. And Chris Redfield reminded me of this. I remember back when I was like still closeted and like not really entirely aware that I'm gay, but I was like entering puberty, so it was starting to become more of like a, like, you know, you see a hot man and you start feeling things, you know, and these are new feelings, so I was a little confused. But I got Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on Xbox, and Chris Redfield has his Resident Evil 5 design in that game, and I just remember like constantly playing as him just so I could look at him. But anyway, before I was like brave enough to like look up like gay porn, I would go on Kohl's, Macy's, all those like department store websites and look at like the men's underwear models. And I wouldn't even do anything. I'd just look at them and like get butterflies on my laptop. But anyway, so there was one time when I was like maybe in 8th grade or maybe like a freshman in high school. I was watching TV and this movie came on. And it's called The Change Up. And it has Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman in it. And they play two friends. One is like a dad who like kind of feels like his life is just like in a rut. Like he doesn't get along with his wife. He feels like all he does is like focus on his kids, and he feels like his dreams are gone. And then Ryan Reynolds plays this guy who is like a bachelor. Like he has sex with all these girls and he has no restraints and no nothing. He can just do whatever he wants because he's just like a single free guy. So they like, but he like wants something more, I guess. And they both are like kind of envious of each other's lives. And then they both like make a wish in the same like fountain at the mall or something like that. And they switch bodies. And there's a scene where Jason Bateman's character in Ryan Reynolds' body is bored as fuck, and he goes in the bathroom and starts jerking off. You don't see it, but you know what he's doing. And then Ryan Reynolds in Jason Bateman's body FaceTimes him while he's jerking off on the phone. So then he answers the phone and he's like, "Why are you out of breath?" And he's like, have you been jerking off?" And then he's like, no. He's like, "It feels better with my other hand," or something like that. Like, he's like, "Use my left hand." Like, it was so, like, erotic. Like, it was the closest thing to, like, gay porn I've ever seen. Because it's, like, somebody else's brain jerking off. Like, it was just so... And I just remember, like, my heart was racing watching it. And I must have rewound that scene, like, 10 times. And I didn't even, like, do anything. I just kept watching it over and over. Because, like, the fact that he was, like... Ryan Reynolds is... Jason Bateman in Ryan Reynolds was talking to Ryan Reynolds in Jason Bateman. And Ryan Reynolds was talking to a guy in his body. And, like, instead of being like, "Ew, like, don't do that," he's like, "Let me help you." It was so, like, there were so many layers. I was like, this is the gayest thing I still feel like I've ever seen. Anyway, it's called The Change Up. I don't think it's a good movie, but that scene is wild. I'm gonna go back in time and switch the movie to Bring It On to save you, to turn me straight. I just watched Bring It On for the first time like 2 months ago, and I was just like, ugh, I would have had such a crush on these fucking cheerleader boys if I was a like little kid watching this movie. Because I definitely heard of it, because all my girl like friends, girl space friends, friends that are girls, mom, they were really into those movies, and they wanted to be cheerleaders and stuff. Yeah, just the first one. I actually went to a cheerleading competition one time because I don't remember if my friends were in it. I think we were too young still. But, like, I think my friends' older sisters were in it. It's like a vague memory. And I think I ended up, like, showing up late to it. But I was, like, hanging out with one of my friends. And then they were like, we want to go meet up with these people. I don't know. I was probably like literally in 1st grade. But girls in my school started being cheerleaders when they were like in 3rd grade. But by 4th or 5th grade, they all like it was so weird. In my we didn't have cheerleaders, and well, I'm sure like the sister school cheered, but I never went to any of the like high school games. But I went to an all boys school, so I never like interacted with cheerleaders on the daily like most high schoolers maybe did. But being on the cheerleading squad in my elementary school was seen as the cringiest fucking thing ever. Like, all the girls as soon as they got into 3rd grade, they wanted to be cheerleaders, and then by 4th grade they were like, this is cringy as fuck, and all the girls played like basketball and baseball and shit instead. It was so weird. I've never seen a situation where like the cheerleaders are seen as like cringy and like embarrassing. But like that was what my like elementary school's mindset was. Like all the girls, like the coolest thing the girls in my school could do would be on the basketball team, and they were amazing at it. The girls' team was always every single aspect of it. The girls in the grade above me, the girls in my class, the girls in the grade below me, and the girls 2 years younger than me in my sister's class. They were all 4 age groups of those kids were incredible at basketball. So no matter what year, whether I was like watching my sister play with the girls in the grade below me, or I was watching my friends, like I always had friends in all 4 age groups, so I was always at basketball games just like hanging out and watching their games, and they were incredible. They were incredible at basketball. It was so fun. The boys teams, literally no one cared, and it was kind of like vindication for me that they sucked, because I didn't make the basketball team in 5th grade when I tried out, and I went home and I held it together, but as soon as I got into the car and I told my dad I didn't make the team, I started bawling my eyes out crying, because I was like, this was my chance to be included in something. But yeah, and then I didn't make, so there was the school team and then there was the church team, and typically the kids from that were on the church team were like ones that were like still lived in the neighborhood, but they went to the public school, so they would try out for the church basketball team. But also the church team was seen as like, if you didn't make the school team and you're not from the public school and you're trying out for the church team, it means like, damn, you clearly got denied, you know? So I tried out for the church team and I still didn't even make that. But that was how I found swimming, which I loved. Boople Snort, thank you for the 44 months, 3 months in advance. Thank you very, very much. My chicken little moment. Mama, the sky is falling. His mom is dead in that movie. Dada, the sky is falling. But yeah, the boys team, they were never very good, but the girls team were like consistently champions. It was great. I loved going to watch my sister, because the key was whoever was coached by my friend Maggie's mom. So my friend Maggie is a year younger than me, and the teams were divided up 3rd and 4th grade, 5th and 6th grade, 7th and 8th grade. So some years my friend Maggie would be in the same team age group as the girls in my class, and then other years my friend Maggie would be in my sister's age group. So it was really whoever had Coach Maureen was like, they would still be good. Like if they were not coached by them, like they would still like make it into the playoffs. But like if you were coached by my friend's mom, she got those girls into fucking gear, bitch. And those were the games that like I still like remember. I obviously don't remember like the exact fucking score and everything, but like I have vivid memories of like going to, there's a school in Riverdale that we used to go to, St. Margaret's, that was like our school's rival, and like their gym always had hot dogs for sale in the back, I remember. So I would always go back there with like my friends' siblings and of all different ages. It was always kind of fun to like hang out with different people. It felt, honestly, that's what Stranger Things reminds me of a lot, because like we're, especially on season 4, it's like Lucas's sister, Steve, who's graduated high school, Dustin and Max, like Nancy, like the most random fucking group of people, like all hanging out together. It reminds me very much of like me going to my sister's games and like hanging out with, like, me being in like 6th grade, hanging out with like a 2nd grader, a 3rd grader, and a 10th grader, and then like a kid from maybe my class, and like we're just like hanging out while we watch our siblings play basketball. So it reminds me of that very much. Antonio, thank you very much for the 18 months. This is the closest I could get to Squirtle. I tried to get like a periwinkle, but for some reason it just was not happening. I miss being part of an ensemble cast of characters. I know. It's warm in here. I should go get my fan at some point. You should be a coach. I was thinking about how, so when I used to play basketball in like the no cut like neighborhood league on Saturdays. And my dad was typically the coach. And typically after like 7th or 8th grade, typically like more like 8th grade, 9th grade, the guys and girls in the neighborhood would like not really play in the like the boys and girls club, like local basketball anymore, because they would typically be so like involved in the school teams. So, or they just like don't feel like playing basketball anymore. So they would start being referees, and sometimes when they were like in 9th and 10th grade, they would be coaches. And I remember being in like 6th grade being like, I can't wait till I'm the coach of a team, because I just like loved the idea of like being an authority figure. I guess, I don't know, I just thought it would be fun. Like I loved being like the safety patrol in school. Hi Mando, thank you for the 52 months. I really love being part of the safety patrol, because I just felt very important. So I was part of the safety patrol. A lot of my friends were a part of safety patrol, and they would just help out in the mornings, like help the kids from like 3 to 5, like unpack their backpacks, like come to the classroom, walk through the hallways and stuff. But so they all had like individual classrooms, but me and my friend Sabrina, who she was my first girlfriend, we went on one date together, and I was like, are we Facebook official? And she was just like, yeah. We didn't even kiss ever. But we were in safety patrol together, and we worked in the main office. So when kids came in late, we would, from any age group, we'd like walk them to their classroom. And I knew a lot of the kids because I worked in the art camp the summer before for confirmation service hours. And it was me and this girl Kelly, and we did the art camp, and we would like, help the kids glue stuff. I read them stories, and they were obsessed with my little voices I would do. So I kind of was like a camp counselor, and I honestly think I would kill it as a camp counselor, even to this day. Like, I just think I'm very entertaining. I would probably not be good at enforcing the rules, but I'd be like, who wants to put on wigs? But not me, though, because I'll get overstimulated by the stray hairs. But, like, what if we all, like, made funny hats? Or, like, made candles? What if we, instead of, like, sticking to our schedule, we just, like, I don't know, watched TV. Do they even have TV at camp? I don't even know. I never went. Who wants nighty stickers? Yeah. Children are very attached to me, and like very quickly, like I don't know what it is. Like when I was at the summer camp for like the 2 or 3 weeks that I did it, those kids, easiest audience I've ever had. Truly. Like all I had to do was go and they would laugh their asses off. And some of you could learn a thing or two from them, honestly. But like even Dallas's niece, obsessed with me. She hasn't seen me in almost a year, so maybe she's forgotten I exist. But when we lived in Florida and we'd see her a lot more often, she was always saying, she would like pretend to have a cell phone. They'd be like, who are you talking to? And she'd be like, Dallas and Jimmy. Dallas and Jimmy. And she had a she got a toy tiger, like a stuffed animal tiger. She named it Jimmy. When I went to my dad's wedding, my new stepmom, her nephews, 2 nephews, they are 11 and 7, or like 9 and 7 or something like that. They found out, I guess they had been told by my dad that like I love Pokemon. So the minute they came into the house, they didn't even like introduce themselves. They just like pulled out their phones. They were like, can I see what shinies you have? And they just like, and it was community day, so they kept coming up to me and be like, guess how many I have now? Like they just were obsessed. And it's because I probably also have the same interest as an 11-year-old boy. We talked about Fortnite. I was like, do you guys know Valeria from the first battle pass from chapter 5? I think she's so cool. Do you think you ran an orphanage as a kind but firm nun in a past life? Absolutely. Absolutely. I was finding children on doorsteps and bringing them in from the rain. For sure. For sure. I have no interest. I think I would be a good dad, but I have no interest in being a parent. I'm gonna be a great uncle to my sister's kids, but I have no interest in being a parent. I just have, like, I got too much going on in my own life that I still haven't even, like, achieved, like, career-wise and, like, hobby-wise and, like, I don't know. I can't. I just can't do it. But I would be a great dad for sure. I think Dallas would be too. And I'm never not open to it. Like maybe I'll reconsider when I'm in like my mid-30s. But at the moment I'm 27 and it's not remotely something I'm interested in. My parents both had me and my sister when they were in their like mid to late 30s. My mom had me when she was like 33, 34. So like that's on the later side, I would feel. I would say. You're barely 22. Don't worry about that stuff. That's the other thing too. It's also just like incredibly expensive in general to have a kid. Like it's very like not easy, but you know, the process for straight people to make a kid, a lot of it you could do with your own parts. You know, like obviously like a lot of people it's not always that easy, but for the majority, like it's kind of like you kind of decide and you just try for it. And then, like, the cost really comes during childbirth, which is insane. Like, C-section and, like, just all the hospital fees for having a child is insane. I've had friends tell me that it's like, yeah, it's like $40,000 to $50,000 fucking dollars to have a child, and it's crazy. But I feel like for gay men, especially, like, our options would be like surrogacy or adoption, pretty much. Not pretty much, like, those are it. And adoption is, like, really hard. It's very hard to convince an adoption agency to adopt to gay dads. It just is. There's just prejudices and just homophobia and shit. And then surrogacy is incredibly expensive and requires a lot of work too. So it's kind of like, it's like it's not any harder of a life decision to make than for, like, heterosexual people. It's just its own can of worms and difficulties that I'm like, I don't even want kids enough to begin with, let alone to have to go through all that shit to do it, you know? All those different avenues. So I'm just like, I don't care. A dolphin-assisted birth in the ocean? That's crazy. I've never heard of that. Could you imagine buying a PS5 Pro for a child? No. I'm not even buying one for myself. I have the regular PS5. And my boyfriend bought that for me. Hashtag sugar daddy. Just kidding. I wish. I wish either one of us could be the sugar parent, but we both just make enough to live. They're risky because the dolphin may eat the baby. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. They can play the mini SNES and yell at Pixel Mario just like the rest of us. Exactly. Honestly, if I did ever have kids and they weren't into video games, I don't know what I would do. I would like be like, why did I do this? Like, could you, like, that's the thing too. What if I end up having like a straight kid? How would I possibly relate to them? I literally sound like a homophobic parent too. Like, what if I had a gay son? Like, but like, what if? Like, I would not know what to do if I had a jock normie child who liked sports. If I had a child, I would raise them Y2K. I'd be like, you're gonna start by watching 4x3 television reruns. And then we're gonna get you into High School Musical and Hannah Montana. You're gonna play Club Penguin Rewritten. Cause if you don't live the exact childhood as I do, I don't know how I'm gonna relate to you. So, yeah. We're gonna have only CRTs in the house. And then we'll introduce the idea of 1080p video to them. They won't be introduced to the internet until they're at least 11, which is when I finally had a computer that can connect to the internet in my house regularly. Jimmy, that's when your kid says, "It's not my dream, Dad. It's yours." So are you skipping the Ellen era? No, as long as EllenTube still exists, we will be streaming. Which extracurricular enrichment activities are they doing? I had a period where I was really good at making those, like, friendship bracelets that you, like, thread. You braid, like, yarn or, like, string. I don't know what they're called, but I was really good at making those. I was, like, again, I can't believe, like, I fully was like, Dad, can you take me to Michael's so I could buy yarn to make bracelets? And he was like, sure. Again, and like, it's crazy. I really asked my dad, like I asked him again recently. I was like, did you know? Like, did you know I was gay? And he was like, no, I just thought you were different. Like a little, you know, just special. I was like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy. Which is kind of honestly so open-minded of him. But yeah, I don't remember what those bracelets are called. Let me try to find the name. Braided. Braided friendship bracelet. Is it macrame? Yeah. It's macrame. These kinds. I could not. I literally was like so good at making these. Like the patterns I made were fucking crazy. Could not even know where to begin now. Because I eventually got to a point where it was such like autopilot for me that I couldn't even like teach people how to do it. It's like tying my shoelaces. Like I couldn't, if I really sit and think about it, I couldn't do it. But I'd love to learn how to do them again because they were so fun. Like I just loved making them as a gift for people. Like I would just like ask, like I would go to the pool. We went to this place called Hilltop in oh my god. They make fun of it on Drag Race all the time. It's like a town name. Why am I not able to remember this? Tuckahoe, yes. Yes. Tuckahoe, New York. Hilltop Swim Club. It's a real place. It's not a fake place. Like it sounds funny, but it's a real place. It's like north of Yonkers. Camp Wanakiki, duh. But anyway, I used to go there, and it was like a pool in the woods, and it was really cool. There were sometimes mountain lions, I think, or no, coyotes. So they would sometimes be like, oh, we saw a coyote, we gotta close for the day. But I remember like a lot of my friends would like go in the pool, and I would just sit at the picnic tables with all the parents and like just, you know, make my little bracelets. And I'd be like, I'd just be like, can you just pick like 5 colors for me to use at random? Like just pick and then you can have it. Like I just wanted to be making them all the time. I probably made like easily 100 of those. And I could not even tell you like how to begin making one now. But I'd love to relearn. That could be so fun. I could just make them for my friends or for myself. I needed my fix for real though. Like actually, it's kind of what it was like. Like I needed to be doing something. But I loved it. I loved doing it. It was just so like relaxing. That sounds fun and not painful like crochet. Honestly, it was so fun. I really liked it. I remember, gutted. There was a time where my friend, one of my like best friends growing up, her grandma was like, I'm gonna start teaching crochet. And a bunch of my girlfriends were invited to learn at my friend's house. And my sister was invited too. And I remember asking, like, how come I didn't get invited? Annoying. I remember asking how come I didn't get invited, and they were like, because it's girls only. And like, that was a rule that my friend's grandma decided. Like, she was like, no boys. Not even the fruity ones. Like, me and my friend's little brother, who was putting pants on his head pretending to be Hillary Duff. Like, we weren't allowed? Come on. But yeah, I was so, like, I remember being so gutted that I didn't get to learn. I wanted to, because it was like literally like, I had guy friends too. That I was like pretty equally close with. But my, like, my female friends were just like, just some of my best friends. So like the fact that like they basically were all like hanging out without me, I remember being so upset. And I got over it. Because I think they only had like 2 classes before all the girls were like, we hate this. But I just was like, what the fuck? I don't think adults understand that kids don't naturally see that difference. Like, kids are taught that. For real. For real, though. And I don't even think it's, like, just being, like, a little gay boy. Like, so many of my, like, when I remember being so little, and, like, all of my friends and all my classmates had, like, co-ed little friend groups. Like, all of them. Like, it was just, like, it wasn't really until, like, 1st grade, I feel like, that I started remembering, like, girl things separated from the boy things and stuff like that. Because I think at that point, the kids are so new to school that the parents and the teachers are just, like, any friends they've got, like, just hang out with them. Like, we don't care if it's a boy and a boy, or a girl and a girl, or a boy and a girl and a girl and a boy. Josh, thank you for the 100 months. And now you can't even tell who's what. The blue hair, the piercings, and the pronouns. Oh, I knew the difference, and I made sure to ask for the girl McDonald's toy. It's so funny. Like, it's such a thing for little queer kids to, like, ask for the opposite toy or whatever. I didn't really care whether it was a boy toy or a girl toy. All I cared about was if they would make a good Pokemon trainer. Pixie Sylveon, thank you very much for gifting that sub. Thank you, thank you. So, typically, I just remember, like, getting whatever toy. I didn't really care. Especially because I had a younger sister, so if I really wanted, like, the girl's toy that she had as well as the boy's toy, I would just, like, wait till she was bored with it, and it would just end up in my room anyway. But I remember very vividly asking my sister, I was so ashamed, because you could go up to McDonald's if you, like, went in there and, like, asked to switch the toy and exchange. Sometimes they wouldn't let you, but other times they'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. But I was so embarrassed to, like, go up there with, like, a Transformer and be like, can I have the My Scene Barbie? So I would ask my little sister, who's 2 years younger than me, to go up to the counter and be like, I got a boy toy by mistake, can I get a girl toy? Because I was like, this My Scene Barbie would make a great gym leader. So, yeah, that was really my priority, was, will this make a Pokemon trainer? But I always really liked when it was, like, just, like, for a Pixar movie, where, like, every kid got the same IP, you know? Like, everyone gets an Incredibles toy. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. I still have the Mrs. Incredible on my shelf. I always remember a lot of things being gendered as a kid, even colors. Really, the only colors that I felt were gendered as a kid were pink and blue. That's it. Like, my sister loved green for a long time growing up because Percy from Thomas the Tank Engine was green. And we were always watching Thomas together because I watched it. I watched I think because I had a younger sister, I watched a lot of I gifted a sub, not subscribed. Oh. Well, thank you for gifting that sub. Thank you. I played a lot of like girl things growing up just because it would be like, oh, well, it's time to play what my sister wants to play instead of what I want to play, or watch what my sister wants to watch. So instead of watching Thomas, we'd watch Barbie Rapunzel, and I would eat that shit up. There was this plug and play game that you like. It's like a fashion designer game. I remember talking to Lauren Waropichi about it, and she also played it. And my sister and I fucking loved that game. I didn't care that it was like a girl's game. Like, to me, it was a video game. Like, it didn't even register to me that this is like a video game for girls. The same way, like, she would play Mario Kart with me and like Pokémon. Maybe that's why your dad didn't know, because you were like that with your sister. Yeah, maybe. I think he just always knew. I think he didn't have the words for autistic. Like, I definitely don't think I ever got tested as a kid. And my mom would probably be a little bit more in tune to that kind of stuff. But she's dead, and I can't ask her those kinds of questions, so. But my Aunt Noreen, my mom's sister, she's gay, and she was like basically like a third parent for me and my sister growing up. Very close with her, especially after my mom passed away. Like, she was always really involved, but she like triple involved in our lives after that. And she always knew that I was like gay. Like, she could tell because she's gay herself. So she always, like, my dad and my mom would like put me in all these sports, and I would go and hang out with her, and I would just talk about how much I hate doing these sports, and she'd take me to Staples and buy me a spiral notebook and a brand new box of pencils, and we'd go to the lake with her dog, and I would sketch. I would just sketch nature, and like, that was my shit. And she would like take me, my dad took me to New York City a lot too. He would always take me and my sister. Every few months we'd take the train down to the Nintendo store. We'd go there for like Christmas. But after my mom passed away, my aunt made sure to like really like do stuff with my sister and I, both together and separately. And she really wanted to show, especially because she could see like my burgeoning gayness, that she really, and like my neighborhood was like very Catholic, pretty like small town vibe, shockingly, despite being part of the Bronx, and like conservative, like pretty conservative about like gayness and shit like that. I was, bullied a lot growing up. So she really wanted to show me that like there was more than just my like 7-block radius of like homophobes. So she would take me to New York City a lot from like 6th to 8th grade. We'd go down together, and she would take me to like the Village, and I would just see all types of different people, gay, straight, every ethnicity, gender, like just like she would just show me like all this different shit. And like she would take me, Kid Robot is like a pretty reputable or like famous vinyl figure brand, but back in like 2009 they had a store in New York City that was like half store where you could buy like vinyl figures and like art supplies, and then half like art exhibit. And I remember she like researched like things, and she brought me to that. Like, it was her idea to take me there. It was so cool. Like, she just was she really wanted to foster like my creativity and stuff. So yeah, she could definitely tell that I was sensitive and gay. Like, not just gay, but also like sensitive was code for neurodivergent, basically. So yeah, and I think my dad didn't have the word for that and didn't know that's what he was seeing in me, but like clearly knew like his son was very sensitive. Like, he's very, like, what kind of kid doesn't like stickers? Like, literally yesterday I had a sock of mine had like a sticker from like the packaging on it, and I literally like I had to ask Dallas to take it off for me because I just like I hate stickers. I hate like labels, especially when like the sticker is like kind of ripped up because like you peeled it off but it didn't come off all the way. Like, oh my god, like I hate it. I hate touching them. So like clearly that's not like a typical thing for a child to like hate stickers and like the tags on their clothing like needing them to be cut off or else I won't wear them, like all sorts of things, you know. I don't mind Velcro, but I can't do styrofoam. I can't even like touch it, like I can't. It's honestly the sound of like squeaking a styrofoam cup or like a styrofoam plate is honestly worse to me than like nails on a chalkboard, like truly. But yeah, long story short, not only was I gay, I also was an undiagnosed autistic child that only learned that's what I am at like 25, really, via like self-diagnosis and also consulting with the council, aka my Discord group of other neurodivergent people being like, yeah. And the meatballs wind up being burnt. Was the styrofoam hating before or after the peanut was in your nose? Definitely before. Because the styrofoam wasn't styrofoam in my nose. It was like, just like foam. Like it wasn't styrofoam. It was just like literally like this. I have a piece of it from my nose. It's just like a piece of foam from like a couch pillow or something that the dogs chewed that I took away from them. The council of avoids eye contact. The council of avoids eye contact and always has their headphones in. The stinky foam. Mm. Yeah, my parents were like, they would kiss me goodnight, and then that foam was in my nose for about 4 months, I would say. 4 to 5 months. And my parents would like lean over to kiss me goodnight, and they'd be like, why does he reek? Why does he smell so bad? What the fuck? And then I think they literally just asked me. And I was like, oh yeah! I stuck foam up my nose a few months ago and I couldn't get it out. They said, damn girl. Anyway, good night. Like, honestly, yes, for so long. Before they finally, like, took me to the doctor. But yeah, even as a kid, like, I also saw some very interesting messages that I didn't read because I didn't want to ruin my train of thought because I just ADHD, bro. But okay, let's see. I liked girly stuff until adults taught me it was for girls that I started hating it. Context, I grew up a girl. I know a lot of girls who are still girls and then girls who transition to become guys that have that exact path in life. And have only in their adulthood started to like allow themselves to, even though they were like a tomboy or they're a guy now, go back and still let themselves like those things that they liked. And I've tried to do that a little bit myself with like liking girl stuff. Just because there's so, like, honestly, there's so much like really cool like girls media from, especially from like the 2000s that I have like somewhat nostalgia from because of my little sister and stuff. And I'm like, Why did I stop letting myself also like those things, you know? My friend Mel tries to go into, like, boy-centric stuff, saying that normally I wouldn't like it. But Mel was like, just think of it as lesbian coded. And I'm like, wait. Why is Monster Energy and is so fucking fierce, actually? Yeah, I never understood pointlessly gendered stuff either. And I always found myself not liking... After a while, I didn't really love, like, super girly stuff. Not because I was like, oh, I'm a boy. I just didn't really care for it. I had other things that I was, like, more interested in watching. But I never gravitated towards, like, it's extreme, like, boom, monster trucks crashing into each other. It has demolition action. Like, I never got into that type of, like, boy shit, you know? I always liked very, like, gender neutral shit, like Pokémon, for example. I would say, like, maybe the most, like, boy thing I ever, like, I guess was into was, like, maybe Ben 10. And even then, like, Gwen was half the fun of that show. Especially when she started getting magic powers. Yeah, Disney XD, literally... I was also, like, aging out of the demographic of, like, watching Disney Channel at the time, and I would only watch that channel for Gravity Falls. But I remember when they made the switch to Disney XD, I was like... you could not pay my 7th grade ass to sit through even 10 seconds of Zeke and Luther. Like, it's not happening. No. Ben 10 was also T, the speedy alien's body. Like, I always liked, the fucking little one. Is it Gray Matter? I always thought it was so funny. Because I feel like he would sometimes, like, turn into that one, not wanting to. And then, like, be like, like, basically, like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm gonna die. And he would have to, like, figure out how to fight them as this little guy. Because I feel like there was, like, a period where his Omnitrix was, like, glitched, right? I think, like, Ghost Freak fucked it up. I didn't watch too much of Ben 10 Alien Force. I watched, like, maybe the first few episodes when it first started. But I just kind of, like, I kind of fell off from it. He'd be like, let's go forearms and become tiny guy. Yes! Yes! But yeah, original Ben 10 I was really, really into. When it was on TV. I completely forgot about that orange one that he becomes that has, like, no eyes. And it, like, smells to see. Because I was watching old Cartoon Network bumpers, and there was one where Ben is, like, late for a train, and he turns into that one to chase the train, but then he bumps into, like, a pole. And then, like, Frankie from... Yeah, Wild Mutt! And then Frankie from Foster's Home is like... LOL, get fucked, idiot. Like, basically. Did you ever see Dad Ben? No. Girl, you better link that shit now. This is Timmy Turner at age 40 in Channel Chasers. Like, that shaped my sexuality. You need to show me adult Ben 10 now. I'm honestly surprised I didn't get into Generator X. Because I watched, like, clips. I think it was because it was, like, kind of... It was in that era of Cartoon Network where they were, like, pivoting to, like, live action, like the Destroy, Build, Destroy shit, which I couldn't stand. I think Generator Rex was kind of pitched as, like... Like, the commercials for it were, like... It's very boy. And I always was like, I don't care. But... as I've like done some research on the show as an adult, now that it's like over, I'm like, oh, this was just like a really good action show that the marketing team completely misrepresented. I felt that way actually with Adventure Time. The way I thought you meant this, Timmy. The hairy chest is kind of fucking everything, though. No, let me find it. Timmy Channel Chasers. And like, he was voiced by Alec Baldwin too, who like was hot. Like, sorry, like I just rewatched Beetlejuice a few weeks ago, and he was so hot in that movie. Alec Baldwin follows your entire childhood, like you specifically. Literally, the Thomas the Tank Engine movie, that was like the first thing I ever saw on him. With him. Alec Baldwin's ass in Beetlejuice was insane. Let me see if I can find a picture real quick. It's so funny that I saw a tweet that was like, what everyone seems to be forgetting about the original Beetlejuice is that these two are incredibly attractive. And like, I love that they really, they put him in this like, they gave him glasses and like tried to make him dress weird to seem like a nerd, but he literally is like so hot. It's so fucking funny. Let's see. Can I find a picture of his butt? Alec Baldwin Beetlejuice butt. No. Watch it. Watch the original Beetlejuice. His ass is wild. He was so Otter T in the 80s. I'm not a bear. Not quite an otter. I'm not a cub. Not quite a twink. That's how I feel every day. I'm not a twink. I don't really feel like I'm a twunk because I don't have a low body fat percentage. I don't have much chest hair at all. I have hairy legs, but I don't have like really hairy, like I have like no chest hair at all. So I don't think I'm considered an otter. I don't know what I am. Back when I first was like out and I joined like Grindr and shit, I had no idea what to put myself as. So I just put boy next door because I was like, that just seems like, you know, if it's the equivalent of like the girl next door, like she's just like normal, like she kind of embodies everything, like, you know. So it's like, yeah, boy next door. I'm pretty sure that literally means like DL. Like DL. And I'm like, all the pictures are like torso pics and I did not like how I looked, so I literally have a picture of me like and my bio's like, I love Animal Crossing. Hello, Ivan. Yeah, I don't love that, like, a lot of, like, the gay subtypes and, like, sub-communities are porn categories. But I imagine the porn part came later. The you know, with the rise of the internet. But I don't know. I guess I would say the closest thing I am is like twunk. But even then, I don't even know. Hello, Gamma. I'm at my new place moving in, so my setup is scuffed right now, but good to be back. Welcome back. I haven't been here anyway, so you didn't really miss much. I haven't streamed in like a week. I found a pic of Alec Baldwin's butt in Beetlejuice. Is it naked? I don't remember him getting naked in that movie, but you can link it. They kind of came at the same time. Yeah, I guess that, like, porn has existed before the internet. There's a store called Out of the Closet in WeHo that Dallas and I have gone to before. Not LPSG. Girl, goodbye. Oh my god. Anyway, there's a store in WeHo called Out of the Closet that is really cool. They have a couple locations in LA and around the country. There's one in Orlando, one in New York. But they have like a gay DVD and like VHS section. And it's all like vintage porn. This is Alec Baldwin's butt in Beetlejuice. Like, the lighting is insane, but like, you can see. Look at the material. But yeah, I imagine they would have to market the DVDs and the VHS. Well, it wouldn't be DVDs, but like the VHS tapes of like vintage porn as like Muscle Daddy, Gay Bear, Twink on Twink. Thinking about the clip of Gordon Ramsay dropping his panties and displaying his bare ass to the camera. I can't. I'm not a Gordon Ramsay person. I don't know. I don't love when the host of a show is a mean man. I know the internet fucking loves him, and I'm sure it's just a persona he takes for the show, but I just can't. I can't do it. Panties, bitch. At least some apps have interest categories now. People mostly ignore them. I have not been on a dating app since 2017. And if I were to ever become single again, I would still never use one. Truly. I do not. They were so bad for my mental health. It was actually insane. Like, it really... It fucked me up. Because, like, at least with Tinder was, like, really the only one I ever used. They were just introducing, like, Tinder Gold. So, like, they were really, like, fucking with their algorithm to, like, convince you to spend money. And, they really, like, they show you... The thing is, they won't show you to a lot of people after a while to convince you to pay to be shown to more people. Because, like, when you first join, you get shown to, like, everyone. So you're getting matches after matches after matches. And then they start to slow down. Whether it be you're in a smaller area and people have already seen your profile on their feed, or they just start not showing you to people, it starts to really make you think, oh, I'm ugly. Because, honestly, no matter how good your fucking bio is on Tinder, the thing that matters most is your pictures. Because that's what people see. Your pictures and your name and, like, your age and location, I think, are on the cards, right? Definitely your age. But, like, it's really just your pictures are, like, front and center. So, like, that's really the thing that, like, is kind of make or break for your profile, is having, like, a good first picture, I guess. So it really, like, puts so much emphasis on, like, your appearance, which is not entirely not part of dating. Like, we shouldn't pretend that, like, looks aren't part of being attracted to people, but it's literally, like, 1/5 of it. But the other 4 parts of that don't really come into play in that algorithm as much. So it puts such a focus on it, and you really start to feel like, wow, I'm not getting any matches. I must be ugly. I must be unattractive, because people don't even care to match with me and, like, see if they like anything else about me, like our conversation or whatever. But what it really is they stop showing you to people. Because, like, I lived in New York City. I should not really ever, even on the gay Tinder, I really should not be getting to the end of my fucking stack. I should not be running out of people. But I would constantly, and I wouldn't check Tinder that often. Oh, my controller is disconnecting again. Annoying. I would check it maybe like once every few days. And I would constantly, like, run out of people to look at. But I just know that that's not, like, sometimes I would literally swipe on, like, 5 people to be like, there's no more people nearby. I'm like, that's just not true. But yeah. It also sucks because, like, especially if you're younger, like, I don't think it would bother me as much now as, like, a 27-year-old, but when I was 19, like, being really attracted to somebody on Tinder, like, on their profile, like, from their pictures and their bio, and then you like them, or even super like them, meaning you know that they'll see it, or at least see you in their stack, and then you don't match. It's like, damn. It's basically a rejection. It really is a rejection, in a sense. And it just, like, having that happen on such, like, a frequent scale is not healthy. Because, like, I truly feel like most people, if they went to a bar or, like, a club or a party, they would hit it off with at least one person, no matter who you are, what you look like. But on those apps, it's so easy to, you're interacting, you're probably swiping on, like, maybe 10 to 15 people every time you're on there, if you're not, like, super picky, right? And, like, they might not even use the app anymore, or they might be talking to somebody. Like, I can't imagine how many people maybe swiped on me, but I just stopped swiping. Because, like, if I swiped on somebody and we made a match, and I was really into them from their pictures, I wouldn't swipe anymore. I would be like, okay, I'm done swiping, and I'm going to talk to this one person exclusively, and then go on a date with them, potentially. Because I was like, okay, this is the one. This is where all my focus is now. I'm not going to keep swiping while talking to this person I just matched with. So you have to think, like, there's a lot of people that, like, that is not even in their mindset. Like, they might be already talking to somebody. It has nothing to do with how you look. They might not even be looking at their stack anymore. There's just, like, so many different, like, layers to Tinder, and I don't even know how much worse it's gotten in the, like, literally 7 years since I've used it. But it, like, literally ruined my self-esteem. Like, I was convinced that, like, the entirety of New York City found me ugly and didn't want anything to do with me. And it's really tough when sometimes I see the guys I used to swipe on Tinder, on Twitter. Because they are popular like New York or LA like Twitter gays. And I'm like, damn. This hurts. Even though I literally don't even care about them anymore. But it's just like, ugh, awkward. Hello, Micah. Picturing you saying this as that old 2014 white dancing bunny. I ate so much fucking food on the 4th of July. I'm gonna kill myself. There's this one guy that I recently just saw on Twitter, like this week, that I remember super liking back in 2017, and they did not swipe back. They nexted me. And I don't know why that one hurt so much, because like I don't even think they're like the hottest person ever, but like it just like I really was like, damn. And like I just saw them like on Twitter like last week, and I'm not even attracted to them anymore remotely. Like they're not even like really my type. Like they're more twinky, you know, which is not to say they're not ugly. I just am not into that at this stage of my life. And I just was like, wow, I forgot about like maybe the week and a half of anguish I felt over this person rejecting me. Is wild. What does that even mean? What does what even mean? I somehow found my current partner of a year instantly, my first time on any dating app, so I guess that I got very lucky. I definitely think that there are success stories with dating apps for sure. You just have to go into them with the right mindset, and I think it's not always great for a newly out queer person who's never met another queer person in real life to immediately go on a dating app and that be their only sort of way they interact with other gay people because they're not old enough to go to a gay bar yet. Because that was my experience. Sorry, what is next to me? Oh, okay. So, Tinder, what it does, for those who are not familiar, it shows you on your phone, it'll have like a picture of a person. And I think if you like them, you swipe right. And if you don't like them, you swipe left. I'm pretty sure that's how it was, right? So basically, you swipe on the person. It's like a deck of cards. And if you like them, you swipe right. And then it moves on to the next person. And if you like them, you swipe right again. If you don't like the next person, swipe left. And basically, it'll keep in mind if you've swiped right on somebody. And if you end up in their deck, in their stack, and they swipe right on you, it's a match. And Super Like was basically like, I think you got one free Super Like a day, but you could pay for more. And it would basically guarantee that you'd end up in their stack. It wouldn't say that they super liked you until you matched. So like, say somebody super liked me, I think it would just show up as like Billy, age 26. Be a picture of a guy, and it wouldn't look any different. But if I swiped right on Billy and we matched, it'd be like, they super liked you. So it's like, oh wow, they really liked me. And then you get Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed just makes me think of, I think her name is Drew Afuelo. I've never actually listened to her podcast, but I get clips of it all the time. And she was talking about how somebody like drive-by fucking insulted her on Twitter because they just tweeted her, Pot of Greed. Like implying she looks like Pot of Greed, the card. It's like one of the funniest podcast clips I've ever seen in my life. It's her and I think his name's Caleb. And it's the funniest fucking clip. I gotta find it. I gotta fucking find it. It's so fucking funny. He's hilarious. They're both really good. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Let me try TikTok. TikTok on browser is literally like the worst thing ever. And my For You page is not even the same. Like, I get such normie shit on browser. Okay.
He just told me
I think this is it. I have this clip liked and saved to my favorites, so this must be it.
looked like the Pot of Greed. He just told me I looked like the Pot of Greed Yu-Gi-Oh card, which, like, the picture he was using, he got me. Listen.
You got at the end of the day.
Listen, at the end of the day, you got me. Like, I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to take it home.
This is for me.
This is for me to keep.
This is mine.
Yeah. And I'll hold that forever. I never forgot that. But he just, like, it was, like, on a Twitter thread about me. And all he wrote was Pot of Greed. Nothing else.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, this fatty, blah, 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 blah. Literally just that. That tweet had so many likes. Rude. But then I thought to myself, I was like, it's almost meaner that he said it, like, drive-by.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, hey.
I'm not taking the time, bitch.
You're
Pot of Greed.
Hey, you're so ugly, by the way. Anyways, back to my normal life. I don't know what her name is, but she looks like this really ugly teapot.
Yeah.
That's mean. You got me.
You got me. I always remember the good ones.
Me too.
I always remember because, like I said, I'm a joke writer.
Yeah,
And I will respect the craft until the day I die.
Yes. That's why I was like, honestly, you kind of ate me up with that one.
Hey,
you got me.
When someone told me on Twitter that I looked like LGBTQ Russell from Up, yeah, that ate me up. The little boy from the Up cartoon, yeah, you ate me up with that one
You
because
got me.
I do look like gay him. And hey, I'll take it.
And who's to say he wasn't gay in that movie?
And who's to say?
Who's to say?
The uniform is giving a little something, isn't it? It's got to be a little sweet.
Who's to say?
Maybe bi on the weekends.
Maybe that's you. That's.
There's one where he says he got a comment from some person that was like, this guy, anyone else think this guy looks like he broke into the bakery and ate all the pies? And he was like, why would you say that in my own comment section full of my fans? They're not going to back you up. But he was like, but it was really fucking funny.
That's maybe you're him grown up.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, bi on the weekends.
Well, when he
grows up. We can't talk about. He's a kid in the movie, but when he grows up, maybe he's bi on the weekends.
He just told me I look like the Pot of Greed.
They're both hilarious. But yeah, he is really into football. I forgot about that. I haven't listened to either of their podcasts, like, actually. I don't actually listen to too many podcasts besides the one I edit for anymore. Sometimes I'll listen to Bald and Beautiful if I like the guest. The one with Saphira was very good. But yeah, I haven't even listened to Very Delta in a few weeks because we haven't been on a very long car ride. Because there are some podcasts that Dallas likes to watch with me. Very Delta, or listen to with me, and Very Delta is one of them. So typically when we go to, like, drive to get Mel, it's like an hour and a half. So we usually get through like 2 Very Deltas on that ride, which is nice. So we save those for then. But yeah, I haven't really listened to podcasts in a while, but if I do listen to, like, podcast stuff, it's usually clips on TikTok. Like their podcasts. I like them a lot. Okay, where's my music? Where's my music? What were we talking about? I don't even remember. Let me scroll up. Oh, Tinder! How did we get onto Pot of Greed? Oh, like you're swiping. Anyway, so yeah, did I explain it? Did I explain how matching with people on Tinder works? Basically, if you swipe on somebody and you swipe right and you don't match with them within like a week, and you can tell on Instagram that they're still single, they probably did not swipe right back on you and you did not match, meaning they did not think you are attractive to them. But I had such like a black and white thinking when I was younger that like, oh, they're not into me, which means I am ugly, period. But in actuality, it's like, I'm just not their type. But when I've never dated anyone in general, you start to have those bad voices that are like, there's a reason for that. It's because you're ugly. Okay, new topic. That picture of you in the mirror, girl, you're so buff. Thank you. Thank you. We did talk about it already, so I won't pull it up again. Because at that point, it's like, girl, get over yourself. But, thank you. I've been very much trying to work out my back lately. Because I hope that it would help with my posture. So I've been putting extra emphasis to do back exercises lately at the gym. Not working yet, but... Did you leave teeth marks on your phone? No, I took my teeth out before I took the photo. Would you put your phone in your mouth again? Yeah. When I'm more comfortable in how I look from the front, I will take a sequel. See, I only get those doubts in the talking stage, because I do undoubtedly think I'm the most beautiful person in the world. Honestly, Josh, you are very attractive. Dallas and I, after we met you in person, we were like, Josh's eyes specifically are very pretty. Which shiny do you want the most? Bulbasaur. Because I love Mega Venusaur. Yeah, I did not have any sort of attractive or confidence in my, like, appearance. And, like, consider myself good looking. Honestly, until, like, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Which is not great. Hello, Shoujo. But you know, we got there. I still have my days where I could, like, especially if I get like a lot of like really beautiful men on my like Instagram explore page, and it starts really like making me long to be, because I think I'm very handsome. Like, here's the thing. I have a lot of confidence in how I look on video. I actually like how I look in the mirror. The selfie camera, I'm gonna kill myself. What is that? What the fuck, dude? So, I get very self-conscious about how I photograph. That's kind of my last remaining, like, insecurity now. Is, like, how I look in photos specifically. Video, gag on it. Like, excuse the beauty. Like, like... I feel like I'm a cutie. I'm a cutie. But in photos, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I don't get it. And I even do the thing where I move the camera farther away so it's not as like fisheye. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, are people like smoothing their skin in like Facetune or something still? Like, is that still a thing? Like, how come some people take pictures in the front seat of their car with the natural sunlight and they literally look porcelain? And when I do it, you see every pore on my face, every pimple that is about to form, and all the years of child abuse behind my eyes. How come? How come? Why? I want to know. And it's the worst when I take the picture and it looks really good, and then my iPhone does that thing where after it's like loaded for a second, it adds more details. Like, it'll be like, I take a picture. Let me illustrate that with a filter. Sorry. It'll literally be like, and it'll like take the picture, and then it'll be like, hold on. Like, it just like randomly. It's so weird. I don't know how to turn it off. Cause like it takes a good picture. It takes a nice picture of me, and then randomly makes it like 8K resolution. Like, it'll look really good in like the camera, like the app, like when you're like before you take the photo, and then I'll click the button, and then it just goes fucking nuts. And I'm like, why does it do that? I don't know how to turn it off. How do you make it look normal again? So I just hate taking pictures of myself now. Mel complimented my eyes during the trip, and I did the most mental Debbie Ryan's hair tuck of my life with your buzzed head. Bitch, me too, every day. I'm always doing this with my buzzed hair. People are like, the key is using the back camera. Literally, no, because then I don't know how my face looks in the photo. I don't know if I'm posing right, and then it ends up being blurry too, because my hand like slightly shakes when I press the button. I just hate it. I just hate it. The outtakes of my like gym pictures when I go to like Planet Fitness or something, I literally take like 15 before I pick the one I want to post online. And most of the time I'm like covering my face because I don't like how my face looks. Why? Does anyone else? They're using a Microsoft controller on a Windows computer, and it still, like, always disconnects. And it's wired. It's not even Bluetooth. Like, why is it disconnecting? This is an official Xbox One controller. Do you mess with the lighting and all that stuff afterwards? Sometimes. If the only thing I'll really do, honestly, is I increase the sharpness, because sometimes I'm like, my phone does that thing where it like auto focuses instead of like focusing on your face. But that's really it. I don't really like editing my photos too much before I post them, because I don't want to like look better in the photo than in real life. I'm very like insecure that I'm gonna like only like a not real version of myself. That's why I've never used like Facetune or anything like that. But yeah, really the only thing I would do is like, if it's like I'm in a kind of a darker room, I'll like increase the brightness a little bit. Or I will like turn the sharpness up to like 4%. Just so it looks like a little bit more in focus. If I really like the photo, but it's like a little bit out of focus, I'll do that. I actually don't know what this song is, Josh. Oh, yes, I do. I thought it was part of a like playlist. Like, you know how people make playlist videos now, and then they don't put the names of the songs as timestamps? This is the song that I'm listening to right now. It's from some fucking anime game. I want to say it's a shoot 'em up game. I've never heard of it, but I found it from a playlist of this composer that I really like. I don't remember their name, but they worked on the Mega Man Battle Network game for the GameCube. If I were to ever make a video game, I would want like this type of music. There's something like so like 2000s arcade, like Japanese arcade game to it. I love it. Where it like kind of sounds Sega Genesis-y, but not like earblood. This one I really like too. This game's called Mamoruken Curse, if you were curious. I actually have a playlist of this entire game soundtrack somewhere in here. Ooh, this song from Bomberman 2 on the DS. I listen to this song whenever I draw Ghosty. You know you have 30 minutes? Yes, get 30. I drew a picture of Ghosty in my notes. I draw Ghosty so much. I start feeling like Rebecca Sugar with how much I'm drawing my own fucking character. I draw him so much when I'm like editing the podcast. I'm just like scribbling in my notebook because I write down like all the topics in my notebook as like timestamps, and it's just so much easier for me to write them down than like having another window on my computer. But I've been drawing Ghosty a lot lately, and I drew a really cute one yesterday. I'll just I have a picture of it on my phone. I'll show that instead. The amount of people that are upset that Rebecca Sugar has drawn art of like Pearl and Greg making out, like literally, shut up. Shut up, it's not canon, and they're her characters. Why the fuck would you not just like draw your characters in all these, like literally, people are so annoying. People being like, literally in 2016, this would have made me stop liking the show if this came out. Like, fuck you. Yes, the Amethyst and Sadie one is hilarious. So I drew this one of Ghosty last night, and I honestly really like it, and I might trace it in Procreate and like actually make it into like a little sticker. I've been contemplating giving Ghosty boots instead of like sneakers because I fucking hate drawing sneakers and I like the boots more. Very Pac-Man. I feel like he's very inspired by Pac-Man and SpongeBob. I was like thinking recently, I was just like, what are my sort of influences for character design? I would definitely say Ghosty is like Pac-Man and SpongeBob inspired for sure. This is the full playlist for that game. I'll link it in chat right now because I'm gonna listen to it. Ignore this part. It only lasts a minute or two. It's the like backstory explaining the plot of the game. But yeah, if I were to ever make a game about Ghosty and friends, this would be the type of music in it. This type of synth electronic music I just eat up. The composer's name is Yosuke Yasui. They make really good music, and they worked on Mega Man Network Transmissions soundtrack. It's a GameCube game. It's not good, but I played it a lot as a kid. And this song from it, I'm jumping around so much. This song from it is my absolute favorite. I used to play it on stream all the time. I'm so sick of my computer freezing. Can you guys press 1? Holy shit. This is so bad. Wow. That latency is insane. Maybe I'll just refresh OBS.